Hey guys, Break here, and today we're going to be opening up the mailbox from the past week and seeing what we've sold, and we're also going to be talking about BoE flipping, whether or not it is worth it, and how much gold you can really make from it. Now, as some of you will know, I'm very much into flipping BoEs, and for those of you who don't know what that is, it's basically buying up raid gear or world drop gear from the auction house and selling it for more than you buy it for. It's rather simple to do, but it can get a bit complex and it is a bit risky, so a lot of people don't like to do it. But I know a lot of people who have been doing it recently and making a lot of gold even though they'd never done any flipping before, so it can be good, but we'll talk about that. Anyway, on my first server we have ourselves 257,000 gold, a couple of bits of transmog and pets, but it's pretty much mostly BoE flips, and actually some pretty nice BO flips on this server as well. Now, the good thing about being on such a high pop server is the BoEs sell very quickly. So if you look down here, this is the price I just got them for, and up here is the price I bought them for. So for example, the Cord of Zandalari Resolve, I bought it for 20k and we resold it for over 40k, so over double our gold. Another example is the Last Stand Great Belt for 20k, resold it for 33k, so over 50% of our gold, etc. So this is the kind of thing we do. We actually lost 2k gold on the resistance specimen handlers. I bought them for a bit too much, unfortunately, but still only 2k gold lost. Mostly we have been making gold. So let's talk about how we make gold flipping BoEs. And just before that, guys, this is a bit off topic, but I have written a book. For those of you who don't know, I have a tutoring, a private teaching business, and I have written a book for it. It costs 99p on Amazon, and I know you guys almost all certainly won't be interested in the book, but if you wouldn't mind going and purchasing it and giving it a review, that would be great. I literally only get 20p or something from the book. I'm not really interested about getting money for the book, but I really want some reviews, so hopefully some more people will see it. So if you can, click on the link below. I'll leave a US and EU link, and if you can, buy the book and leave me a review. It would be very, very, very much appreciated. But if you're not interested, obviously do not do that. Okay, so when we are flipping BoEs, there are a couple of things we should do. I always recommend having Trade Skill Master, the add-on. I've done lots of videos on it, so if you don't have it, why don't you have it? You need to get it. But it's very, very, very much easier with TSM because you can just set up the search filters and then run searches. And if you do have TSM, run a search, something like this. So this search is for all of the raid gear between 370 and 42i item level. So between 370 and 425, which is all of the new raid gear basically. And it will come up with all of them. And if there's some cheap stuff, it will show up and we can buy it out. So here we are. It should show up something like this. And in the corner is like market value or region market value, whatever you've set it to. So this is showing that these items are a lot cheaper than normal, but a lot of the raid items have fallen in price recently because the mythic raiders have started to finish up some of their raids, the hardcore ones. So it has fallen a little bit, and as you can see, we have a 390 for 18k and 385s for 14k. And if you press the item level, it will make it easier because it will list by item level. So look, I've already got a 370 with speed, which I've put up for more than the other 370s because people often pay more for the extra stats. So because of the speed, I put it up for more. But anyway, if we were interested in buying something, we go down and we look at all the 385s. They're all for about 15k. Then we look at the 390 is for 18k. And the 400s are for 65k. So what does this mean? It probably means we can buy out the 390. In fact, I will buy out the 390. And I think we could sell it for about double. Because if the 385s are going for 15, people are going to pay more for a 390. They're obviously not going to pay 65k because the 400s are going for 65k. So we need to price it somewhere in between 15k and 65k. So let's call it 30k, so we can make almost double our gold from flipping this. So I'm going to buy that out now, and let's just quickly look and see if there's anything else we can buy. It doesn't look like there's anything great on this server, but we will look on the other servers and try and find something. Anyway, once you have bought out the thing that you're trying to flip, you want to go and find it in the mailbox and then repost it. And like I say, what should we post this for? I reckon if we post it for 30k, it will certainly sell pretty quickly. So we'll just do that. 29,999. And there we go. We've made almost double our gold and in no time at all. Really, really simples. On my next server, I'm pretty sure we don't have anything great. We've got a pet and a mount and 1 BoE, so nothing too exciting. Anyway, moving on. On our next server, we have ourselves 375, which is really nice, including 3 big BoE sales and then some pet sales. So I'm pretty happy with that one. And again, if we look at what we bought them for, so the big 190k sale, we bought that for 130, so about 50% profit, which is really good considering it's quite a big one. The iron grip specimen handlers, this is actually from the previous raid. So the old deer, some of the old deer gear does still sell. We bought it for 33k, resold it for 66, so made double our gold there. And the last stand great belt sold for 47k. And we bought it for 29, so again, over 50% profit. I will run another scan on this server just to show you guys again. I'm pretty sure I just ran a scan on this server a few hours ago, so there might not be anything good, but we'll have a look. Okay, so this is interesting. So again, if we look at the item level difference, we have some 380 of these capes for 15, 385 for 20. All looking kind of good. Another 385 for 45, so maybe we could flip the 20k one, but look, no, we can't because there's another 385 also for 20, so not worth it. But then look at what happens when we get to the 400s. One of the 400s is on for only 48k. Now, in terms of the region market average, that's about average. The 400 should be going for about 48k. However, this is quite a low pop server, which generally means the BoEs sell for more because there's less competition. And as you can see, the other 400s are going for 100k or 200k. So I think we could easily buy this one up, which we will do, and we can flip it for 100k and make double our gold. So make 50k gold just like that. Now, I've had lots of experience with these different servers, so I know what will sell and what won't. And when you just start out flipping, you often won't know what sells and what won't, and that's going to be a bit of a problem for you. So you really need to learn your market before you start flipping lots of items. And a similar thing, if you don't have much gold, it's very risky to flip. That's wanting to post for normal price, and we don't want to do that. What was the price of the 400s? It was 100k, so yeah, we'll just post for 99. But like I'm saying, you really want to make sure you do not waste your gold. So only start flipping BoEs if you have a pretty decent amount of gold, or if you don't have a decent amount of gold, only flip the BoEs you are sure will make a profit. For example, that one's pretty likely I'm going to make a profit, but if you saw something like a 380 for 15k, you're thinking, oh, maybe I can flip it, but maybe I can't. Just don't risk it unless you're willing to be able to lose the gold. As we just move servers, and on this one, again, we have ourselves 275k. And one of the highlights is this Cord of Zandalari Resolve, which I bought for 60k, and it resold just a day or two later for 133k, so over double the gold we made on that. Now, one thing people have been asking me is it still worth it, BoE flipping? I mean, obviously I still think it's worth it, that's why I've been doing it, and it's why I've been making so much gold doing it. But it has been hitting some problems, the BoE market, which have been a bit annoying. Now, I think the new raid drops too many BoEs. Now, I don't know the exact numbers, but it seems to just be dropping way more than usual. I don't know if you guys have kind of seen this in your raid runs or just on your auction houses, but there are so many bind on equip raid pieces of gear on the auction house right now, and it just seems like there's more than usual. I don't know. One thing I haven't been happy about is the amount of back armor, the cloaks and the capes that have been dropping in the new raid. It just seems like there's way too many. I think it's a particularly annoying thing for tailors, because tailors make quite a lot of their gold selling the cloaks, and now all of a sudden there's loads of like 400 item level cloaks on the auction house for like 10k, especially on Hypop servers. You can get like a 400 item level cloak for under 10k, which is just ridiculous, I think. And I don't know what's happening with the cloak situation. It's very bizarre, but that's a shame, really. I wouldn't suggest flipping the cloaks unless it's either got really good stats. You can look up what stats are really good and flip those ones, or unless it's just a super high item level. But I mean, the cloaks, there's just so many at the moment, and people just throw them on. I mean, even in the raids I've been doing, so many cloaks have dropped. If you think back to your raids, if you're a raider, how many BoE cloaks have dropped? I don't know what's up with them, but it's a bit annoying, that. Of course, the other issue that has been facing the BoE market is the consistent deflation that has been hitting BFA throughout the course of its life cycle. If this was in Legion, rather than saying 35k for this cloak, it probably would have gone for like 150k, and instead it's going for 35k. That is how much the gear and the gold has been dropping by. I remember in Legion we would sell bracers, literally just bracers, for like 500,000 gold or 1 million gold. I even saw people selling bracers for 1.5 million gold. Admittedly, they were pretty high item level, but still, you'd never see that now. Even the very, very best gear, the 425 feet or the 425, whatever you find, it does not sell for anywhere near that much, and that's just an unfortunate consequence of deflation. Hopefully Blizzard are working on ways to get some gold back in the economy and get things moving again, but we'll see. I really hope so, because then you can really get excited by the big BoE flips again, because right now we're not seeing crazy gold like we used to, which is a bit of a shame. But to be fair, on this mailbox, 363k, not bad at all. And here was me complaining about some of the cloaks. Well, this cloak I bought for 150k, and I resold it for like 240k, so I did make quite a lot of gold on this cloak, but it was a 415, and this is a bit of a dead server, so on the big servers at least I haven't seen this type of gold for the cloaks, but there we go. Obviously on some servers still works. But yeah, I do have a friend who very recently just downloaded TSM. It's Rochi, if any of you remember him from my streams, but he very recently downloaded Trade Skill Master, which I was impressed with because he'd never really been interested in gold making before, but he downloaded it and almost immediately he starts making gold. He starts making gold from blacksmithing because profession's so much easier with Trade Skill Master, and he also starts making gold from flipping, and I'm like, wow, because flipping's quite an advanced way of making gold, but even he managed to do it. So if he can do it, I really think anyone can do it, as we just have a friend saying hello. Hello. And here we go, 140k, not bad. Back on one of my horde characters, we have ourselves 190k, mostly pets actually. A gear spring hopper for 100k, that's pretty decent. But yeah, when my friend told me he downloaded TSM and he just made a flip, I was like, wow, really? You are making flips now? I was quite surprised because, like I say, never been interested in gold. But yeah, he's actually made 3 or 4 very successful flips. He's like doubled his gold, I'm pretty sure. In fact, he's just hit 1 million gold for the first time ever. So number 1 shows the power of TSM. Number 2 does show the power of flipping. So on this server we have ourselves 140k, again mostly pets but a couple of flips as well. So on our penultimate guy, or girl should I say, we have ourselves 110k, including another 47k drape. Maybe I've been a bit harsh on the cloaks. On Taran Mill, my main server, there is just a ridiculous number and they never sell, and they're all going for like 5k gold, but it seems on other servers they do sell slightly well at least. Indeed, I did buy this for 29k and it did resell for 48k, so that's not bad. And my Tinder pup has sold. Tinder pup. Didn't even know that was a pet. Oh, it's not an expensive pet. Actually, I think that was it. But again, please do remember, guys, only flip BOEs once you really understand your market and you know that you probably will make gold with the sale. I mean, you never know 100% you're going to make gold with flipping. It is a risk. It's a bit like investing your money. You know, they always have those things at the top of the investment websites where they're like, please remember you could lose your money, etc., etc. I want to say the same thing for flipping. Please remember you can lose your money. Don't do it unless you have at least some gold to spare. And please make sure that it's a good flip. Don't just go flipping something which could make some profit, because probably it won't. Particularly with the state of flipping at the moment. Some of it can be profitable, but there's also so many BOEs, so it's quite easy to get undercut, etc., etc. Anyways, we have just looted 2.5 million gold in this video, which is pretty nice. I would say about half of that is profit, maybe more, particularly with the pets. They're always way more than double the gold. So maybe we just made 1.5 million gold profit in just over a week, which is pretty nice. I mean, again, like I say, it's still not at Legion levels, unfortunately, but that's just how it goes now with deflation. But it's still pretty good, considering I haven't really been investing that much time or effort. I've just been playing a little bit every day. So the fact that I've made 1.5 million gold profit in probably half an hour a day, what's that, 3 hours or 4 hours? So what is that, an hour? You guys work it out. 300k an hour? Let's find a farming guide that gets you 300k an hour. Obviously, it's not the norm to get that, and you guys have to have multiple servers and a lot of experience and a lot of gold to invest to be able to do that. You're not going to be making that at the start, but as my friend showed as well, you guys really can make gold with flipping. So if you're interested, do give it a go. And remember again, please, if you do want to support me, go give my ebook a download on Amazon and give it a review. You probably won't like it, it's about essay writing, but if you can just review it anyway, that would really be helpful for me. But thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and until next time, see ya.